Well, as the ANC's focus shifts to the launch of the Nelson Mandela Centenary at the Cape Town's iconic Grand Arena, we now cross back to the Grand Parade, rather. The day does mark 28 years since Madiba's release from prison. We now go back to Cape Town, where our reporter Lukhanyo Kalata is standing by to give us the latest. Lukhanyo, what is happening there now?
Hi, good afternoon. Yes, and welcome back, where we continue our special broadcast of the launch of the centenary of the year of Nelson Mandela, basically, for the African National Congress. We are still waiting, of course, the arrival of the dignitaries, chief among them, the ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa, who is expected to address the crowd at about 3 o'clock later on this afternoon. This is, of course, a very special venue. It is the same place where Ubabu Nelson Mandela first addressed the nation after he was first released from Victor Verster prison 28 years ago on February the 11th. And today we are here marking that day. And joining me now is Mokonyane from the ANC, member of the NEC. Ma'am, thank you very much, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting us.
Pardon us for having you stand out in the sun, but obviously it's such a beautiful day in Cape Town. Ma'am, today a very auspicious day for the ANC. Why such a big celebration when in years gone by we've always seen a very low-key anniversary of Dr. Nelson Mandela's release?
The ANC has taken a decision that will forever celebrate the lives and times of our presidents, and this year we'll all recall that it is the year in which we will be celebrating 100 years of President Nelson Mandela's birth. And coincidentally, this particular day also is so befitting because it's a day in which he landed up here, having traveled on a cressida up to this point to come and talk to the world. So this is a symbolic launch of a year-long kind of program that's going to involve everybody in South Africa and everyone in the world.
Ma'am, what are some of the key issues that will be highlighted today that the ANC has in its plans for the rest of the year that obviously that you will share with the nation? What can we look out for this afternoon?
The first one is around organizational renewal and self-correction, unity of the ANC, reconnection with the people of South Africa, preparing ourselves to go back to the South Africans and account on what we have done in this current administration, shaping the way forward for the next administration, but of importance, addressing the issues of unemployment because jobs are quite critical, and of importance as well will be the issue of how we turn the South African economy for all of us to prosper, using land as a means, supporting agriculture as another intervention, and the education of the African child.
So those are things that we can look forward to going forward. It has been a very difficult week for the ANC leading up to today. Where are matters as we stand?
The ANC has been involved in managing the outcomes of the Nazareth conference, the resolutions, the issues of leadership, and our leaders have been involved. We'll be going to the National Executive Committee tomorrow at 2, and we'll get a report and possibly a way forward moving beyond this particular impasse.
But it is a celebration today, of course, ma'am. And, as much as we'd like to get into the nitty-gritty of what has led us to today, one of the other things that I'd like to quickly talk to you about is also the marking, I think is it Mamu Adelaide or
Mamu
Albertuna Sisulu's also a 100-year celebration. What can we look forward to, particularly in terms of the advancement of the struggle for women this year?
It is about breaking the barriers, because she has been a torchbearer of fighting any patriarchy and any means of undermining women. She's been a leader in her own right. She has championed the cause on the total emancipation of women, taking from President Oliver Tambo to Mamu Albertina Sisulu. We need to make sure that as the ANC and society, we deal with all ills that deprive women the right. But of importance is to make sure that even in beneficiation, in opportunities, and not only in leadership, women are given the right and the space to participate. significant in that would be about ensuring that all of us as South Africans, we see Albertina Sisulu in her own right, not just as a woman, but a tried and tested leader of our revolutionary movement.
All right. Ma'am, thank you very much for your time. Thank you so much for joining us. That was Mokonyane, who is, of course, an ANC NEC member, talking to us about the significance of today. I can hear the music being turned up. I think, obviously, the crowds here are much more interested in listening to the music and getting into the festive mood than having to pause to allow for our interviews. So for the time being, from us in Cape Town, we'll cross you back to the studio in Johannesburg.